You have the idea and you're doing the certain pieces of it. Typically, or you need a co-founder, or you need some input. So the best way to do that is to engage yourself in the entrepreneurial ecosystem in your community. Start to talk to people, and then start to really educate yourself. Ask all the stupid questions about what you need and who might be able to meet those needs. And I think the best way to build a co-founder relationship or even an employee relationship is to build the relationship in the first place. So it's much easier to get referrals for people to contract with, or to actually ask people to work on your project with you as an employee or as a co-founder, whatever the case may be. Or maybe there's something you can trade services if you already have that relationship established. So again, it goes back to the idea of not isolating yourself, getting involved with the community opportunities that exist. Or if your community doesn't have a lot of entrepreneurs, or you just don't know where they are, then get on meetup.com and create a meetup, and people will come out of the woodwork. Or just start open coffee in your community. Just start to put the, your journalism students, you guys probably have a basic understanding of marketing. So create an event and use whatever avenues you have, whether it's social media or your professional network, or a network that has specifically to do with your customer or your user, and then invite people into that. So specifically coding, if you're not a web developer, there's a couple things that I would recommend. You need to educate yourself enough to know how to speak to the developer. And you also need to build relationships with people who are not going to be the people that you hire, right? So somebody who is available within your community or your network to do a technical interview for you, because you can't pay somebody, you're not going to know even the right questions to ask potentially. So you need to build relationships and then build trust with people who can then therefore do the technical interview for you, or give you specific language to even talk with somebody about what you need and how to build it. The other thing I would recommend is that you start to learn. If you're going to do this, you need to learn some things for yourself. So there's tons of resources out there online, like Khan Academy or Code Academy, or Treehouse, or there's lots of different different coding websites where you can just start to learn a little bit of HTML or CSS or Python. Those are the three really good starting places. HTML, and then CSS after that, or Python. There's also Ruby. Ruby is a good, never mind, I would probably start with Python. so if you would like more information about that, there's a lot available online, or you can hit up Sue for my contact info, and I can give you some resources. But yeah, again, that meetup, if you start going to meetups, you'll meet a lot of technical people, and that's a good place to start to build those relationships. So find the user groups that, there's these developers in every city, and then they get together. So for example, at Fuse, we host the Nebraska UX meetup that I mentioned. We also host a Ruby and open source meetup once a month. We host something called the Lincoln Lambda Lounge, which is a programming group. So there's a .NET user group that meets at a surety. So if you put yourself in those situations and just start talking to people, it's a little bit risky at first, right? Because you don't know even close to as much as these people that are going to the meetups are usually doing the development work full time, or they're doing the specific thing of the user group that meetup full time. But it doesn't matter. You can still go and learn and kind of build the relationships and introduce yourself and tell people why you're there, and just start talking about the idea that you have, and start getting referrals from them about what to say, what to ask, where to go, who to talk to.